Okay, so now we're going to talk about a little story called Lovely Wicked by Kari Gregg. And this is available through Noble Romance Publishing for $9. And the kinks included in here are bondage, exhibitionism, and a little bit of domination submission play. There are trigger warnings for rape, sexual assault, sexual abuse, drug use, domestic abuse, and domestic violence, and abortion. With all that being said, I'm going to spoil the story a lot during the review, so if you're interested, first off, I highly recommend this. I'm going to give the ratings up front, since from here on out I'm just going to talk about the story. So you can get the ratings and then skip the review if you don't want spoilers. 5 out of 5 for the sex scenes. They're pretty goddamn hot. 4 out of 5 for the relationship elements. And 4 out of 5 for the plot elements. Extra thumb because it's pretty good. Right. So, like I said, spoilers. Spoilers, 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 spoilers. I highly recommend this book because so far it has been the best handling of rapist character development in an erotic novel that I've seen. I understand that everybody heals differently, and so that what's legitimate for this character is not legitimate for everybody. But the way it's described here makes sense for this character. And I'm pretty sure this is the first erotic novel that I've read that has the male protagonist as being the victim, not the female. There have been so many with the female being the victim of assault that it's nice to see. I mean, it's but it's acknowledging that men are also victims, which is refreshing. And it's not evident immediately early on that he has been assaulted, which is why I said spoilers up front. You don't actually find it out until well towards the end of the book. But once you find out, it makes a lot of his wording and his actions make more sense. It all kind of adds up to an moment when you finally find out. And another thing that I like is that Mitch is pro-sex, but he recognizes how his past has affected the decisions that he makes and the interactions that he has with other people. It really comes into play when the other guy, Sam, enters the equation. Minaj again. But Mitch and Olivia both come from abusive families, and so Olivia understands. Well, she sympathizes, even if she doesn't quite understand at first what's going on. But Sam doesn't, and you can kind of see where he has trouble understanding why Mitch and Olivia do the things that they do. I mean, I love the characterization in this. Liv is not a shrinking violet, but she still hesitant about stuff, and it's completely understandable. It's set up in a way that you can see this is why she does the things that she does, and this is her reasoning behind why she does it. Really, the only weak link in this whole thing is Sam. We never get any scenes from his point of view. We don't know a lot about his background. He shows up in the book, um, and then he's just there. He moves in with Mitch at some point, and we still don't really get to know him, which is really, really odd considering how well we know Mitch and Olivia. I mean, really, the only time that Sam ever distinguishes himself as a character is when Olivia gets pregnant and Sam insists on an abortion. And that doesn't make any sense at all, given what little we know about him, and we really don't know anything. Um, it just feels like it was thrown in there to create drama. Um, so it's not really that understandable why he feels that the pregnancy should be terminated. Another key another key thing is that the book does not end with a happily ever after. Mitch and Olivia end up together, and they make the claim that they'll go after Sam because Sam has left them because of the baby. And that I think that it could have been improved. The book could have been improved if Sam had been fleshed out a little bit more, and if the resolution had been them getting back together with Sam, or at least reuniting with Sam in some aspect, because otherwise he leaves, and then that's the end. If Sam had been a little bit more fleshed out, if there had been more resolution with his character, then this would have been full fives across the board. But as it stands, I'm knocking it down for the relationship and the plot because of it.